Hello everyone and welcome to my next deck profile on a vanilla Rescue Rabbit deck. Alright, so you know what? Let's get started. So during my box opening when Rescue Rabbit was released into Duel Links, I did mention it that I do see Rescue Rabbit being played in a lot of certain decks. And one of those decks that I mentioned that he was going to be part of is just like a vanilla beatdown sort of deck that goes into ranks. And behold, I managed to make a deck with that exact mindset in order to maximize the potential of Rescue Rabbit to go into a bunch of vanillas into a lot of really good XC cards. So in any case, let's just go ahead and get started. But before we actually dive into the deck profile and give you guys my explanation for every card I use here, I do want to quickly just talk real briefly about the normal support card we have here in Duel Links, because I did allude to it in that video where I talk about Rescue Rabbit, that Duel Links does have a lot of support for normal decks, and a lot of it is pretty good actually. However, in my testing that I had with this deck as I was playing in rank, I realized that there's just so many better cards you could be playing than the normal support cards that we have available in Duel Links, except for, Unexpected Eye and Rescue Rabbit, as you can see here. But I do want to kind of quickly address some of those cards and the potential that I think they had that didn't really transfer well into actual duels. One of the first cards I want to talk about is actually Order of Charge. Order of Charge, very powerful effect similar to Ballista Squad, where you tribute a monster you control to pop a monster in the field. Ballista Squad is slightly better because it tributes anything and you can pop anything. But Order of Charge is a quick play spell, so you can activate it during your turn. I did try utilizing this card, but it just didn't end up having that impact that I wanted to have. Like, it just treating one of my normal monsters for popping one of their monsters when I probably would want to pop a back row, was really awkward to use. Let's put it that way. Like, I ended up taking it out, probably the final card out of the entire deck that I took out, because it was still decent in a lot of situations. It just, for the most part, I want to either use my my normal monsters to go into ranks rather than popping them for getting rid of my opponent's monsters. And even if they're like Karma Call, one of my monsters, I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't felt right. It felt like I was playing a slower game, where this deck can't really do that. You want to win as fast as possible with this type of deck. So yeah, I ended up taking it out for that very reason. Again, it's kind of awkward to use. Another card that I was using at first was Dark Factory of the Mass Production. It just is essentially a +1 as long as you have normal monsters in your graveyard, which you will most likely have if you use Rescue Rabbit to start off your combos. Because with Rescue Rabbit, you get 2 normal monsters on the field, and then you can rank with them, or you can, let them die and go to the graveyard, and then you can recycle them back the following turn with Dark Factory. I did try that, but again, kind of like in a similar, problem that I had with Order of Charge. It was very awkward because then I will have too many normal monsters in my hand and just not enough plays with them, because they were just normal summon. That's all you can really do with those cards. And I did try to use it in combination with other support cards. For example, cards like Faustian Bargain, that has the effect: send one special monster on either side of the field to the graveyard and special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand. This wording is outdated. This is not the correct effect this card has. Because if you would just to read this card, you will be thinking, oh, okay, activate this card, my opponent has to react to the activation of it or to lose a monster. Where in fact, the correct text for this card should be target one special summon monster on the field, and then tribute it to special summon a level 4 monster from the hand, essentially. And that causes a lot of problems. Because against the Blue Eyes matchup, for example, I remember trying to activate in this card and then realizing, wait, I have to target a card, and they just, because I was trying to use it against White Spirit of Dragon or whatever the name is, and then Spirit of White as well, and it just didn't work out because I had to target a special summon monster but then those monsters could just, bounce away somewhere else. And it really didn't work out at all. Like this card, if you were just to read this text, is a good card, but because it targets, it makes it a lot worse. And I ended up taking this card quickly after I figured how the card actually works. And it's not a good card to play with, to be honest. Like it's just not actually that good. Because it targets, because you don't want to. I mean, in some situations, yes, targeting the card is not a big of a deal, but there's a lot of situations where they can just dodge the effect, and it just becomes a pointless card in the end. So yeah, this card is pretty underwhelming because it targets. Next card I want to talk about real fast is Creature Teacher, a card that I was actually using quite often, but then I realized that what's the point of this card unless I'm in a losing position, where you kind of never want to be in, because the effect is that each player gives their opponent one monster to control, but I must choose a normal monster for them to have. And the key thing about this card is that your opponent would already need to have something on the field, so they may already have back row, or they may already have a combo going for them. So by the time you activate it when you normal summon a monster, if they let the monster stay on the field, they can just karma cut it, they can Rageki break the monster, they could Book of Moon the monster, and you wouldn't trade the two cards at all. Like this card just becomes a minus to you. And I realized that having this effect on a card is, funny and trolly, and I did play it for that reason, but it just didn't perform nearly as well as I thought it would. Because again, you go essentially -1 to flip control on monsters, and if your opponent were to do something to your own card, then wow, you just went like -2 essentially. Like it's not a worthwhile effect unless you're losing, which again, you never want to be in that position. So those are the few cards I really wanted to talk about because I thought those were going to be really good on just like a normal deck, but in the end, they just didn't perform nearly as well. And that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about. So let's just get started with the actual deck profile and the reasoning behind each card. So first thing first, this deck actually you can play however you want to, and it goes with a lot of skills too. Currently I'm doing the draw sense skill because I am playing the battling boxers, but all in all you can seriously play with almost any skill. Like I've been using this to farm also, and it's been working really well. But in any case, for this version of the build that I'm going to showcase, I am using the Draw Sense Earth. Draw Sense Earth, like any other Draw Sense effects, skill effects, whenever your life point decreases by 1500, you get to, on your draw phase, draw a random Earth attribute monster from your deck. And because this whole deck only has Earth, Fire, and Lights, you are always guaranteed to draw into a Rescue Rabbit, which is, very strong. Having access to this little bugger, and then going into your ranks is what you want to do. So, and then with battling boxers, it essentially allows you to refill that health, have a level 4 on the field, and then possibly go into more rank 4s in case like one of them gets disrupted in some way. Like maybe they have 2 back row, you only have 1 Forbidden Lands. It does give you that extra body, which could be nice at times. But in any case, again, Draw Sense Earth, because you can literally play any skill with this as long as it synergizes with the deck. But now let's go ahead and break down the deck. So first things first, we are playing the heart of the deck, Triple Rescue Rabbit, and I absolutely love this card. Remember playing it a lot, or at least trying to play it a lot, back when it first came out, but they were expensive. Because I believe it really was a game changer for the metagame. Because at that point of the release of the card, we had 2 dinosaurs ranks that came out, I think, shortly after, if I remember correctly. That were like Dolga and Logia, which they negate monster effects and the effects of spell and traps and whatnot. Like it was a really powerful deck. And Rescue Rabbit, I believe, got limited to 1 at one point, and it was stuck at 1 for the longest time until I want to say around 2017, where it finally got off the ban list completely. Or is it still on the ban list? I think it's off the ban list in the TCG. But yes, very very powerful card. Here in Duel Links, I haven't seen too many decks utilize Rescue Rabbit, but I have seen a few like Evil Sworns, like Gladiator Bees use it pretty nicely. And here again, I'm gonna showcase the power of it in this normal base deck. But yeah, very very powerful card. You know, when you have it on the field, you contribute him to then special summon 2 level 4 normal monster from the deck, and then they get destroyed at the end of the phase. So you could either OTK your opponent or you can go into a rank. Pretty nice card. Next, we are playing Triple Battle in Boxer Veil. Mainly because this card does synergize as well with any like draw sense skill. You know, they attack into you, you special summon this guy, you heal the life one back, and then you get to trigger your effect, your skill effect. So he's really only here to prevent, you know, getting OTK'd, because the deck can play around OTKs if, you know, obviously we draw like our disruptions. But all in all, having this card just in your hand is just nifty and helpful. Getting your draw sense is really strong to get your Rescue Rabbits online. Next, for our vanillas, we are actually using very specific vanillas here. We are using a Mech Abraham as well as the Noble Knight Artorigus. So these two are very important because they are light monsters, and the Noble Knight is important because it is a Noble Knight, because as you can see, we do play 2 Noble Knight cards in our extra deck, and we'll get to those. But again, Abraham here, mainly because he's a light, but he's also the strongest 2000 vanilla we can have. You can play another, that Alex Dragon, I think it was called. Like the other dragon, the 2000 attack also. That's light. Because I do just want them to be light and then have the highest attack value. So this could be any of those other normal monsters that are the same like that. And obviously, you know, Noble Knight Artorigus, because we are playing the Noble Knight cards. So we'll talk about that in a second. Next, we are playing Double Forbidden Lands. This I really want to up the ratios of it to 3, but it is so hard to figure out what to take off because I do love the rest of the cards in here, especially at their numbers they are at, because playing around back row is difficult with this deck. So having a card like Forbidden Lands and even Cosmic Cyclone will be really helpful. There's just not enough room for the deck, unless you guys are willing to like play without like battling Boxer Veils and stuff like that. I do recommend having some sort of back row like disruption, you can say, like Cosmic Cyclone could be good, and Forbidden Lands is good as well. And again, just having it here because we want to get our plays off. Next, we have a Triple Unexpected Die, also a combo starter in the way that you activate it, and then you get to special summon a level 4 normal monster from the deck, so you can then go into more ranks, you know, so you normal summon like an Abraham, maybe go into Rabbit, go into like Artorigus, and then you go ahead and exceed with those two, you know, and then you just have like this big board of monsters just because you open up Unexpected Die as well as Rescue Rabbit. Really like cool combo you have here going on. And I do want to maximize Unexpected Die, so you know we have a more guarantee option to draw it in our turn. Next, we do play a single copy of Hitwave because it is at 1 in Duel Links currently, since you can only get 1 copy. But Hitwave, very powerful card. So you can only activate this card at the start of the main phase 1, and then neither players can normal summon or special summon an effect monster until your next draw phase. This is spectacular in a normal deck because it only restricts the normal or special of effect monsters. So your Abrams are gonna be alive and your Artorigus are gonna be alive, so you can just normal summon them, attack your opponent, and if your opponent has nothing to set or they just don't want to set anything, you get free shots at them. Very strong, shuts down a lot of deck potential. And the cool thing about it, if you already have a setup board, for example, you may have like a gotcha on the field, whatever, you can still activate Heatwave and activate the effects of those monsters on the field. So yes, Heatwave, extremely strong, especially when you open with it. Really cool card. And then for our 3 disruption trap cards, we just play Triple Karma Cut because it is the best trap card in current YuGiOh Duel Links. So yeah, so that's it for the main deck. We are playing 11 monsters, 6 spells, and like 3 traps. But then for our extra deck, let's go ahead and talk about our choices here. First, let's talk about the Noble Knight because I think that's the most important thing to talk about. Because the Noble Knights here, we have Sacred Noble Knight of King Custonin, as well as Sacred Noble Knights of the King Artorigus. So yeah, we got 2 Artorigus here. So here's the combo for this deck. When you go Rescue Rabbit into Artorigus, you're able to exceed into Sacred Noble Knight of Custonin. And Custonin has a very powerful effect. You know, it requires 2 plus level 4 Noble Knight monsters. So if you have all 3 on the field, you can just rank 3 on them. But it has the effect that you can detach any number of materials from this card to then target that many cards your opponent controls and then return them to the hand. Having this Bryonic effect on this X seed is strong because essentially it makes Rescue Rabbit a 1 card bounce 2 where you have a 1500 beater on the field. And then on top of that, if this card were to be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you get to special summon a Noble Knight XC from the deck, from your extra deck, and then attach this card asset for material. So then, if this again gets destroyed by battle, for example, you get to summon your Arturgus here to then have a material attached to it. So then you could pop a card during your turn. And if this card gets destroyed, you get to special summon a Noble Knight from the graveyard at level 4 or lower. So then you go back into your Arturgus, and you essentially have this one guy that bounces 2, floats into 1 XCs, and then that XC floats into a Arturgus. So essentially, as long as they keep destroying the card, you're going to be gaining, you're not going to lose value off of that Exceed. So Rescue Rabbit creates a 1 card like triple value if they just keep destroying it. So it's very, very powerful. I really do like this combo. Just having this bounce 2 effect is like already extremely powerful. And that's why I'm playing the Arturgus, the Noble Knight card in this variant, because just having these powerful effects is just very, very welcoming. It's really, really good stuff. Next, we are going to be playing some generic light rank 4s. Stylish Paladinimo is one of them. It requires 2 level 4 light, which is kind of why I mentioned why I want these guys to be light, because that way I'm able to make the really good ranks that require light monsters. And Paladinimo effect is that you can attach 2 materials to target 1 face-up monster on the field, and then you can change the attack to 0, and then you can negate their effects. Very, very strong, especially if you only need like 2,000 damage to OTK your opponent. If they have like anything over like 3,000, whatever, like a Blue Eyes, you can just summon Paladinimo, reduce its attack to 0, and attack over it, so then you deal your 2,000 damage. So very, very powerful on that sense. And obviously negating their effect is also strong. But then if this card were to be destroyed, you get to just draw a free card. Like it's just powerful, you know. It's a very, very powerful effect, you know. It gives you a net plus when it dies, and then it also makes your opponent lose his effects and attacks. So really, really strong card. Really, really love this guy. I wish I had more, but I think 1 is plentiful. Next, we are playing our Kachikochi Dragon, because it's a very simple card that could just do a lot of damage. So it's generic 2 level 4 monsters, and then once per turn, when this card destroys an opponent monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can detach 1 XC material from this card and then make a second attack in a row. This also allows OTKs with just the Unexpected Die and a Rescue Rabbit, because you're able to go Unexpected Die into one of your monsters, go Rescue Rabbit into like 2 more, rank up into Kachikochi Dragon, and then you attack with Kachikochi Dragon into opponent monster, send it to the graveyard, detach, and now you have a 23 on the field with either an 18 or a 2000, which will equate to 41 or 43 for an OTK. So yes, Kachikochi is very, very powerful card actually. One of the better free-to-play cards, I want to say, because you can get this card off of events. And honestly, I'd recommend getting at least 1 copy, because this guy is really, really good. Really, really cool card actually. I'm really happy we have this as a free-to-play card. Next, we're playing Gagaga Cowboy, because burning for 400 could come clutch sometimes. But mostly because you are able to get around higher attack value monsters that you couldn't otherwise. Because when this card, once per turn, you can detach a material, and then you can gain an effect based on its position. So if it's in attack position, when it attacks an opponent monster, Gagaga Cowboy gains 1,000 attack, and then the opponent monster loses 500 attack during the damage step. And that's very powerful, because essentially what makes Gagaga Cowboy is able to crash with anything that's 3,000 attack and win over anything that's under the 2950 line, because he'll be 25 and the opponent will be like 2450. So Gagaga Cowboy is just very powerful to deal with a lot of problem monsters that you just couldn't otherwise. And then when it's in defense position, you could just inflict 400 damage to your opponent. So just a simple burn. I've gotten wins with just summoning Gagaga Cowboy for game. pretty silly when it comes down to it, but he is here because he's a boss of a monster. I really, really love Gagaga Cowboy a lot. Next, we are playing a single copy of Black Chip of Corn, because once per turn you can attach a material to then target a face-up monster your opponent control with less attack or equal to Black Chip of Corn, to then send it to the graveyard, and inflict 500 damage to your opponent, but then this card cannot attack the turn you activate that effect. I really love this effect because it gets rid of a lot of monsters that you wouldn't otherwise be able to. It wins against some of the Desperado matchups, and is also able to bait out a lot of effects that your opponent will have to play around or they will have to react to. Like, it actually does really well against witchcrafters. Like, Vera is only 1,000 attacks, so if you're able to bait an effect and then summon this guy, you can just send Vera to the graveyard and call it good. Like, it's really cool. Honestly, really love Black Sheep of Corn, and you know, I just kind of playing it here just for that burn effect and being able to non-destructive remove a threat on the field. And for our final card here, we are playing one single copy of Constellar Omega. So this card requires 2 level 4 light monsters, so your normal guys, and then once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 material from this card to make all Constellar monsters currently controlled unaffected by spell and trap effects. So this is strong because essentially allows you to play around back row. So if your opponent waits for you to summon your XC monster, and then they have back row, you know that they have back row ready to activate, you can just summon Constellar Omega, and now all of those back rows they have are now useless essentially against this card. So then they have to decide whether or not to activate multiple cards to get rid of this one threat, or they just let you have it on the field for as long as you have materials on it, you know? So it does create a complication for your opponent, which I love to do, because then, you know, the more mistakes they make, the easier it is for me to win. So this card, just on summon, you're like, aha, you cannot floodgate me anymore, you cannot karma cut me anymore. And if they, like I said, they do want to get rid of it, they'll use 2 cards to get rid of it. And being 2400 attack is actually a decent body size. It's not 25, which would have been way better, but being 24 is quite relevant. Just being able to attack over a lot of defense position monsters, or and against over things to do damage, really good card. In case your opponent has too much back row and they're just kind of waiting for you to summon that big boss monster, you could just surprise them with an Omega, and they just can't do anything to this guy anymore unless they want to spend extra resources on it. But in any case, that is it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and now let's go ahead and get started with our commentary live duels. We'll see you there. Alrighty then, so before we get started, I just want you to make sure you guys know I am going to be doing 5 random ranked duels with this deck, and whether I lose or win, I'm going to be showcasing it to you guys, because the fun is of me, I guess, talking about my mentality and how I'm going to progress through each duel, so you guys could kind of learn like what to do or what I do in every situation. But before we actually get started, I do want to just quickly note that I managed to make it to King of Games. I think it was like on the 15th or like 17th of this month with my gadget control deck. Actually really cool stuff. So if you guys are curious about that deck, go ahead and check out my channel for the deck profile. But now let's go ahead and get started with our very first duel to see if we're able to win some matches with our normal deck. So the big issue now that I am in King of Games is that a lot of people are no longer taking the game super seriously. So we might find some meme builds here and there. And if we do come up against a suicide deck, I'm just not going to play through that one. Like, I'm going to not count it as part of our 5 duels. But I am going to, at the very least, hopefully, showcase a good duel here. And based on my hand, I don't really like it. But we are at least able to activate an unexpected die to go into a Abraman. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll set a card face down. And we're going to end our turn. Not the best opener here, but let's see what this guy does. Because we do have a karma card at the very least, so that's really good. Or alternatively, what I could have done is not activate unexpected die, you just let him attack me. But look like he has a Necro Valley. That's fine. We don't use the graveyard. That's probably our what's it called? Gravekeepers spy, if I gotta be a guessing man. Oh, Heat Wave. This is very interesting because I'm pretty sure I just have a feeling, you know, seeing Necro Valley, this is probably a Necro Valley deck. But we're gonna activate Heat Wave, and now we're just going to attack. Here we'll now set this card face down, and even if he flip summons the unexpected, oh hey. Alright, that's fine with me. Oh, that's actually really good for me now because now we get double summon. But now he has to change his to attack position or set more cards on the field. Alright, let's see what he ends up doing. Because he won't be able to summon anything. What does this card do? Activate only the most Gravekeeper monster on the field. Near plug and special summon monster except Gravekeeper monsters. If either Gravekeeper monster on the Gravekeeper is not on the field, destroy this card. That's fine. He won't be able to like summon anything. Anyways, he has to set a card. Yep. That's fine with me. So here's what we're gonna do. Watch this. We're gonna let this go through. He's gonna hit me for 1500. So now I'm able to search for our rescue rabbit. However, we are going to activate a Kamakat to send this to banish this. So now that card is gonna be gone. And now we're going to OTK because we're going to activate our 1 draw sense for our rescue rabbit. Draw for our rescue rabbit. And now watch this. It's gonna be awesome. Activate unexpected die. Summon another copy of Abraham. Actually, not gonna be OTK, I'm an idiot. But still, it's gonna do a lot of damage for him. Because I'm gonna activate our rescue rabbit. Activate its effect to summon double Archer, I guess. Because I'm afraid that's a Gravekeeper spy, to be honest. So now we're going to special summon. Like I said, we could have got Kachi Kachi here, but I think it's way better to go into our normal knight. Still gonna do a lot of damage, but there's that. And we're actually gonna do this. We're going to activate the effect. Only detach 1 because we don't care about Necro Valley. So hopefully next turn we're able to bounce that card back again. And now we just attack. Go ahead. There's that 2000. And then 15. There's that. Alright. So next turn, if he doesn't deal with this guy, then we could bounce an additional card. So let's see what he does. He's actually kind of dangerous, but it's not that bad. Okay, I figured she was going to get the fusion off. Yep, go ahead. Let's see what he ends up doing here, though. So he is fragile at only 500. Alright, you're gonna get a search off. That's totally fine with me. Sure, who are you gonna attack? Alright, that's totally fine with me. Go ahead. Yes. Oh no, negate it. That's fine. Because now we're going to... Wait, does he have any... Oh, I got a risk rabbit anyways. Oh, I was about to like flip out. But I believe this guy has no protection, right? This can either destroy by card effects. And then during your opponent's main phase, you can activate the effect during the end phase. Or during your main phase. Okay, that's fine. So now we're just going to rescue rabbit. Wait. Oh, I'm out of targets in the deck. Oh, that really blows. That's... Oh, no. That really, really blows. Because I don't think I could win anymore. Wait, 24, 32. Oh, no. I cannot win anymore. Oh, no. That was awful. I have no more targets. Because we summoned double Abraham from the deck. Oh, I think we're going to lose this. We're just going to activate the effect to burn. That's all we can do. And end our... And then end our phase. We'll see what he ends up doing here. Because if he doesn't have anything... Double monsters. Descendant, okay. Oh, he tributed that. Yeah, I think I lose anyways here. Yeah, I totally did. Oh, that was a shame. I already used all my normal monsters. That's fine. Okay, so there's one loss from my end. Oh, I just didn't realize that we were all out of normal monsters. But that what ends up happening, you know. It's just a fun deck. It's not that big of a deal if I end up losing or winning. It's just fun if I end up winning, obviously. But no, oh, that was bad. Because, yeah, I missed that on that. I double summoned Abraham. I should have done that. on hindsight. I really shouldn't have. There was no reason for me to summon an Abraham and then summon an Arturigus, or not summon an Arturigus afterwards, or do like an Arturigus first and then a Abraham later. As long as I have two on the deck, that was probably the correct play. Because then I could have gone, if I did it right, could have gone to Paladynamo and attack over his monster and then win that way. So no, yeah, that was a huge mistake on my part. Really shouldn't have summoned two Abrams with the unexpected die. That was 100% my fault and 100% a winnable game if I would have played it correctly. But, you know, you lose some, you win some. You learn from those mistakes. Or I guess you realize your mistakes. Because, you know, I'm most likely going to be making that same mistake again in the future. But let's hope I don't make it when it actually matters. So it looks like I'm going second this time. He's playing Blue Eyes deck. And looks like I got a pretty good hand. Actually, a really good hand. Because I got a free special, I got a Rescue Rabbit, and we got a Forbidden Lance to counter whatever his back row is. So we'll see what he ends up summoning first, though. That's it? Okay. If let me think. This could easily just be, it could easily just be a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a Karma Cut or something. So let's just go for the OTK because I think I'm safe for another turn. Okay, he might have something actually, like a negate, perhaps. No. We're gonna go for a Noble Knight this time. There's that guy. I think this might be a Regeki break. We'll test right here. Or it could also be a Life Force. Alright, he's not doing anything against that. We're going to activate the effect of our Rescue Rabbit. It's not doing anything in response. Do I want to do double Arturigus or let's do double Abraham? Alright, let's see what this guy does. Nothing. We'll set a card. And I don't want to summon anything, but I am going to double check. Maybe I should do Constellar Omega. So we technically have, we don't have game if we do that. Let's go. This could be game. We'll see. If this is the Life Barrier Force, then we cannot win. Regeki break. Yep. Regeki break. I knew it. And now we activate our Lance, and he is dead. Nothing he can do now. Yep. Ended up winning that game. Alright, now that was a play that, yeah, like I said, like you don't have to go into your rank if you can just win the game with that. And I knew, you know, I predicted that was a Regeki break, so very, very good on my part. And I mean, he probably definitely bricked because by the looks of it, he didn't do anything his turn. So yeah, he probably drew like Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Card of Coincidence, the one Regeki break, and maybe a white, like Dragon Spirit of White or something like that. Like, yeah, because he would have set like the stones or discarded the stones with the Regeki breaks effect. So he 100% ended up breaking. But even if it didn't break, I still think I could have done a lot because I did have Forbidden Lance in hand. I still could have gone into like Paladynamo. But we'll end up seeing here into the next game. We're against the St. Truesdale, so let's hope we get our Battling Boxer Dells in our hand. Looks like I'm going first, so that's a bad news against OTK decks.
This is my fight.
Oh, nice. Let's think about this. Let's actually think about this. He's most likely going to OTK, so he's going to activate Heat Wave. And I kind of want to activate Unexpected Die right now. Yeah, let's activate Unexpected Die. And summon our Abraham boy. And we're going to call that good enough. So now he's going to have to set the cards. He won't be able to OTK me. So this could be core, or it could be that one other one with 2100 defense. Oh, hey, we got our bell. That's good. So now, let's think about this. Kochi Kochi could be not good because I don't want him to get low. I think Paladin. No, not Paladin wouldn't be good either. Oh, is any of these cards good? I think Kachikochi is probably the better actually card, or even Costello or Omega. Let's go into our one Knight, and let's figure this out. Because I don't think Black Chivalcorn is good. I think I'm just gonna go Omega here. Like, I don't want to, but I think it is the play I need to go into. Because these two are not gonna survive a Chimera attack. And at least Omega, I'm able to quick effect. It's unaffected by spell and traps. I'm not going to tell you my effect. Oh wait, it's a Lunalight! Oh, scary. Oh wait, he quit. I wonder what ended up happening. Interesting. I did not saw that coming. I was expecting, you know, the Cyber Dragon deck. But I am curious why he ended up quitting on that one on me. Oh, yeah, I mean, it seems like a Lunalight deck, I suppose. Maybe he just ended up drawing two, like, really bad, so he just couldn't do anything. Huh, interesting. Okay then, well, that's 2 games now in a row, so we ended up losing our first one. Let's go into our 4th game of this video. So far so good. You know, our first duel, obviously, it was winnable if I actually did it right, if I actually thought about it. Game 2, the opponent break. Game 3, I think the opponent break again. So, not the most satisfying wins, but I guess wins nonetheless. Looks like I'm going first again. And let's see what we end up doing here. Oh my gosh, this hand blows hard. Holy cow. I think my play is set pass. Oh boy. So that is actually a big issue with like a normal base deck. You know, again, this is a for fun deck, so it's nothing to be taken too seriously. But opening a bunch of normal monsters is pretty bad. It's bound to happen occasionally, you know, so. And looks like this guy is not milling the best cards by the looks of it. I mean, yeah, because it's banished like all of his, or the mill of his solar recharges. Yeah, go ahead, do your Lumina play. I got absolutely nothing against this. Oh my gosh. Let's see what he ends up getting. Well, he is playing Alistair here. I wonder what his target is. Kali Yuga, maybe? Alright, you do that. Mill 3 more. Oh, he got a Bacon Saber. Just negate any battle, right? Yeah, negate the attack. Bit of a bummer there, but oh well. Oh, this sucks. I'm not gonna be able to go into any of my normal night cards. Oh no, he got that. He got Kali Yuga now. I'm sure that's the only target he has. Oh, nope, he has Purgatrio. Oh, that's game. I got nothing. Oh, that was so lucky on his part. Now that I realized that he... Yo, if I'm gonna look at his deck profile, and if Junk Synchro, whatever his name is, his only fire target, or Jet Synchron, then I'm gonna be like, wow, this guy just completely locked out. Yeah, that was literally his only fire target. And he didn't have any other target for freaking Alistair? Like, that was his only card. The, what you may call it, the Purgatrio. Why can't I see the Purgatrio art? Why is it locked into Alistair? Oh no, I definitely lost against like this janky deck by the looks of it. I mean, I guess his play was literally going to this guy. What's his name again? Quinton Magician. I mean, I break cards, so I can't really do much against that. But in any case, well, that was a loss, but who cares? Let's go ahead and go into our final match or final duel in this video. And hopefully we're able to end it with a win. So far we won 2, we lost 2. So let's see here how this will treat us. Looks like it's a Yummy Merrick, but it could still be a lot of things. Every time I see Yummy Merrick, I swear though, I always think of like burn decks. He has Shadow Games, there's the burn. Am I going first or second? Look, I'm going first. And to be honest, I have a pretty good hand here. I don't think I want to summon anything though, at least not right now. Because that's the issue also with this deck sometimes. Going first is a bit of a tricky situation. Because you really don't want to go into a lot of cards. So I'm just going to set the one and call it good. Alright. Because we do have a battling boxer bell, so that's some protection. Oh, okay, Winda. That's fine. Let me think. So I get that. I get the special, that's 2. I get to summon that. I think I could OTK with this. Sure. Then the effect activates. We'll summon this. But during his turn, we're gonna pass in case he has the quick play card. So we're going to activate our effect now because we don't want to draw any of our normal monsters. We're gonna draw into that Rescue Rabbit. There's that. Now we're going to activate our Karma Cup. We're gonna send our Turgus to banish this. And then we are going to go uninterrupted here. Activate the effect of Rescue Rabbit. Going to go ahead and target double Abram here. He could still have a battle negation here. But we are going to, at the very least, use our 2 cards. Probably Constellar Omega might be the best play here. No, it has to be like a normal one. So I think Kochi Kochi will be the best because I want to use this guy. And see if we could OTK here. Abram's gonna go away, but that's fine with me. So, yep, he has the battle negation by the looks of it. And we're gonna force that out. It's a Kite Ride, alright. Not bad. We're gonna end our turn there. Sure, give me those Shadow Games, I don't care. Alright, what are you gonna do now? Because you could still win. Oh, what the heck? The monster equipped with this card cannot attack, control. Okay, cool. I think he's just gonna stall. Oh, he might just be a stall deck, actually. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, no. Rescue Rabbit is dead now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Why? Oh, that sucks hard. I was trying to avoid that. Jeez. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. Rescue Rabbit is now dead. Are you kidding me? I have to attack. Oh no. Wait, what? Okay, sure, dude. I don't know why you did that. Now you're gonna die. Sure, dude. Okay, he misplayed. He could activate a Kite Roy. Because now he's dead. Well, he has something. Yeah, sure, dude. Wait, he not take damage? Oh, because he's less than 1,000 life points. I see. Well, you set up a face down card. Let's see here. We're going to number summon the Rescue Rabbit. Any reaction? Okay, Floodgate. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not really dead, but oh, I am gonna be dead. No, I think I'll lose this one. No, wait, I don't lose this one. If I could get double lands, I could still win this. This sucks. Oh no, this attacks directly? Interesting. I could activate the effect, but I want to draw Forbidden Lands. Let me think what I can do here. I don't think I can do anything anymore to win this. Because even if I attack that, it doesn't do anything. No, I think I'll lose this. Because he has the Kite Rod anyways. Yeah, he has a Kite Rod, so no matter what happens, I lose. Yep. Yep, go ahead, Kyroid. Yep, there's the Kyroid. Oh, that was a big shame. If I could have XC with that card, I definitely could have won. Yeah, I lost. Oh, that was a bummer. Got wrecked by this burn deck, I suppose. Oh, I was not expecting something like that. But, oh well. You win some, you lose some. That's just kind of how it is. But no, yeah, that was pretty fun regardless. Even though it sucks. Oh, he has Lava Golem too. Like, this is 100% a burn deck. Look at this. But in any case, that was pretty much it for this deck showcase. Again, it's not going to be the most competitive thing out there, because you are going to be playing a bunch of bricks. Like, you have Abrams and you have Nova Knights. Like, come on, these guys are not good to draw into. You know, you want to get them off with Rescue Rabbit and Unexpected Dice. But in any case, you know, I still had fun. It was still, I guess, a decent showing of the deck, even though it's not the most competitive deck. But in any case, I do hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. And again, if you guys want to like, subscribe to my channel, comment below your thoughts you guys had on the video. Go ahead and be welcome to do so. And I hope you guys keep up with my content, because I'm just going to keep uploading videos whenever I can. Hopefully eventually I'm able to spread my content into more things, because I do want to do that eventually. For now, I want to keep it just Duel Link related, and more like YuGiOh related, I want to say. But in any case, again, I do hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. You guys enjoyed the duels. And I hope to see you guys another time. In any case, you guys take care. See ya.